Yo, guys. Hi, hi, hi. It is something I don't normally do. I actually counted how many videos are left before this is done. 12 videos. 12 videos including today's. So, I'm excited. Today's video is Refusal to Lose is Stronger Than the Will to Win. Okay. Uh, First thing that came to mind is where are you in this position? And I created with this like refusal to lose is stronger than the will to win. And this separation is a different kind of articulation. The reason I say that is like there are many ways to win. Okay, it's not the same as there are a million excuses but only one reason, right? So there are many ways to win, but I think there's 1,000 times more ways to lose because again, I don't want to think two-dimensional. A loss and a win are both based on certain expectations, right? And I think human nature kind of like simplified it to going from point A to point B. I don't think that's a valid winning strategy because going from point A to point B is not a two-dimensional thing, especially since we're operating about a conceptual win, right? It's like, winning is not really fighting the. I'm thinking of Bleach right now, but no, winning is not really kind of like uh, reaching a goal. And I say that because uh, if you're looking two dimensionally, there's a marathon and there's a road. And by the end of it, anyone who actually basically crosses the line technically won the marathon. But the people that won the challenge are the ones that scored more, like less time to actually finish it. And so they added a different dimension to the win, right? And then what if the winner is not just the person that scored less time, but the person who drank less water or took less breaks? We can add as many like restrictions as we can in order for us to kind of like redefine a win. But ultimately, it's like if you decide you want to do something and you do it, you kind of like won. So there are many ways where you can actually win because it really is subjective to how you see the win. And a lot of people win simply because they chose to run the marathon and they were able to complete it. And a lot of people win. They didn't win the marathon, they won because they basically did top 20 or something. And then you have those pro competitors that kind of fucking do it all the fucking time. It comes with a lot of your own subjectivity, especially since we're talking about conceptual stuff like success, like finishing a project, completing a movie, learning how to play something, being able to like express music. Again, like be creative. But the minute you kind of like create that goal, anything you do other than going for a win technically is considered a loss, right? Let's say I have a goal of running a marathon, and if I'm not doing anything, I already started at a loss, right? Because my goal is running the marathon, which means right now I'm losing. Correct? So the drive to win, to run the marathon, might make you train and do some kinds of things. But the drive for you to kind of like not lose the goal of running a marathon would probably, well, let's just say it does the same thing. But you could only imagine three, four, five different ways where you can win. Let's approach it from this imagination. And I'm not trying to explain something to you guys. I'm trying to figure out how this actually like could be articulated for the next 12 minutes. I could imagine five, six ways for me to win. And I literally could look at you and be like, no. I could run every day for and add a mile or chip a minute or like stuff like this. And those might build up to me finishing the marathon. But my feedback is based on the mini goals that I actually create and imagine. And it makes sense because first a big goal and then you go smaller goals and then smaller goals kind of like reduce. But the true testament is running 40 miles. I think it's 40 miles or 40 kilometers. It's running 40 kilometers, I think, which is a marathon or 42. And once you actually do that, then you can actually win. You have run a length of a marathon. But when it comes to the other, when you're looking at refusing to lose, it no longer becomes that small thing that you do that contributes. It becomes everything else that you didn't do that is contributing to the loss. Yeah, so it's the small thing that you do that contributes to a win, because that's how we're planning it per goals. But then everything else that you didn't do that's contributing to a loss. So a refusal to lose allows you to pay attention to things that you never would have considered if all you cared about was to win. Because ultimately, if you didn't reach your goal, you can always do something in order to reach it and something new. And Simon Sinek talks about it. There's a whole that's like fail at a bigger goal instead of like succeed at a smaller one. And both of them give you kind of like the same satisfaction. Uh, Urahara speech about killing. I'm googling a speech about killing about in Bleach where a man goes like, "When I'm fighting, when you're striking, I don't want to be cut. Instead of I'm striking, I want to cut the enemy. When I'm defending, I don't want to be hurt. Instead of I will protect the people that I'm defending." Like, that transition and logic, because ultimately, refusal to lose kind of exposes every single thing that contributes to a loss. Because that's where our attention is focusing on. I do not want to lose. Whilst I will win, or the will to win, or the goal to win, is only focused on what you can see that contributes to a win, eliminating everything else that contributes to the win without you seeing it. And why refusal to lose is stronger, simply because you are going to deal with stuff that contribute just a bit. If you don't, like, for example, stretching is very relevant for all forms of exercise. And you can only see the necessity of stretching when you're either stuck or when you're hurting yourself training. So, but like the contribution for stretching is not really seen, but basically stretching every day kind of like creates that like curve of growth within your own kind of like workout, I guess. I'm using workout. I don't know. Maybe I should have picked a different metaphor. But the refusal to lose kind of handles the smaller things that passively contribute to the win. And it handles them in a very direct way because you're literally looking at every possible way that you could fail, or you're experiencing not succeeding as a failure instead of not succeeding as a challenge to find another way to win. And so that redirection gives you attention and allows you to build a certain skill that sees the hidden layers which are needed in order for you. Like anyone could train for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then run 40K. But to be able to sustain that over years and be able to run marathon for years, you kind of have to do a whole lot of things, right? And I don't think just having a goal to win allows you to see the smaller details. I think refusing to lose or having a goal not to lose allows you to always look at the different things that would don't necessarily like that you can't even see contributing to the win, but you can definitely see contributing to the loss and handling them so that they can contribute to the win, whether you're actively trying to do that or not. There are many ways to win, but there are 1,000 times more ways to lose. And that is where experience comes from, right? Like when I experienced 5 ways to win, I didn't really win. It's just still a shallow thing. But experiencing 1,000 ways not losing, super fucking intense. Alright, bitches. Fucking love you. It's a video. Woohoo!